Okay, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Kuholoimla. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Rakahadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth. I just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akhwab. Best out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh to the best of their ability. This is Yah Hanan Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson. Another little quick hit before camp. But seeing this article on Visa and Mastercard, it says Visa, Mastercard race to adapt as stablecoins reshape payments. And so we're living in a digital society. Eventually, everything is going to lead up to Revelation 13:16, which is very, very simple. You know, we keep pounding that because that's a major prophecy, and we have to warn our people that if you go along with this man's plan and allow him to actually put something digital within your skin, because that's what it's leading up to. If you actually do that, you're going to be destroyed. So it says billionaire investor Stanley Druckenmiller, and you already know these are Edomites, man. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's see here. I don't know why this one don't just let me do a web search. Guess we don't have to get who the guy is, but he's more than likely a fucking small hat. Let's just read on a little bit, Salaki. And you got mad sources to this too. It's 28 sources to this article. But it says billionaire investor Stanley Druckenmiller said in a Morgan Stanley interview that stablecoins will replace traditional payment systems within 10 to 15 years. And, you know, we're not looking for this thing to even go that far because Esau, he's moving very fast, man. Anything can jump off where he's like, nope, we're going to do this shit this week. You know, it's nothing for him to do it. Now, you got this lady out in Mexico, which is a small top, small hat, shine bum or whatever the fuck her name is. You know, and women shouldn't be usurping authority over men anyway. So that was their fuck up on that end. But she's a small top, and she's talking about no more cash payments at tolls and no more cash payments at gas stations. So that's major because they're jumping straight to the point of they know people got to travel. They know people need to move about. So let's get them with the gas first. Let's get them with the moving through the tolls. You know, they want to know everything about every movement that you're making. And they're talking about it's about, you know, safety, to catch tax evaders and, you know, people smuggling money and embezzlement. They get to talking like that, you know, to try and make it seem as if they care. What the scripture says to never trust thine enemy. For like his iron rusted source his wickedness, though he humble himself and go crouching. And that's exactly what they're doing. But it says, though he humble himself and go crouching. Matter of fact, let me just go to it. Because they're always going to get you and try and make it seem as if, okay, this is going to be better for our society. This is going to make people safer. This is going to, you know, make things move smoother, quickly, and it's going to be more convenient for you. Those are buzzwords that Esau always uses when he's about to give you some bullshit. So let's go straight into Ecclesiastes 12:10. And it reads, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted swords his wickedness. I'm outside right now. I was just looking at some iron, and that scripture came to mind because it was actually rusted. That's exactly what it does over time. It's eventually going to rust. So which means that this man is eventually going to show you his wickedness. He's going to show you that he's the wicked every single time. You just give him a moment. But it says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed of him and beware of him. Salakia, yet take good heed and beware of him. Now that's a commandment from the Lord that you're supposed to take good heed and beware of this man when he goes crouching and humbling himself. Oh yeah, we just love you. We want to do the best that we can for you. Let us help you. In the meanwhile, it's knives out, man. He ready to get you. As soon as you lay down your arms, that's like with this shit going on with Iran. I can't even believe them people over there talking with them, talking about some ceasefire talks and shit. I wouldn't be surprised if Israel don't hit their asses with a missile today. Just stupid. You're trusting your enemy, which he has shown you over and over again that he can't be trusted. You know? But anyway, verse 11 again, it says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Which means, hey, in a nutshell, he gonna show you who he really is. Matter of fact, it says, set him not by thee, lest when, verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. So eventually you're going to remember, like, damn, I should have listened. I should have took heed. I should have listened to what the Lord said. Verse 13, it says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? Nobody's going to feel sorry for you when all this shit goes down. And the men of the Lord have been out here telling you over and over and over again, this man is the fucking devil, and don't take that shit. Anyway, let's go back to the article. I'm going to jump to that Revelation. And look at the kind of money they playing with, bro. This is how you know that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It says stablecoin volume reached 33 trillion in 2025, a 72% annual increase that surpassed the combined throughput of Visa and Mastercard. Both card networks are pivoting. Visa launched AI commerce tools and stablecoin integrations, while Mastercard agreed to acquire stablecoin firm BVNK for up to 1.8 billion. So this is Esau. He's dealing with the way that payments move. And so I just seen this, you know, and if you have any card that you may have, even if you know, you may have your information in your Apple phone, or, you know, how you can just tap and pay with your phone. Those cards actually have Visa or MasterCard symbols on them. It's rare that it's got anything else other on it. You know what I'm saying? I think Discovery, the Discover card, they got their own little thing, possibly. Not sure exactly, but I know, like, every card that I've ever had, it's either got Visa or MasterCard on it. They're covering something when it comes to your ATM card, your banking card, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or a credit card. So all these people had to do is say, well, you know what? We're transitioning from that. We're going to, they're going to try and tell you that they're saving the planet. We're getting rid of all the plastic. We know that plastic has been destroying the earth. And we're going to now just go to, this new system. And next thing you know, you can't buy or sell. You can't you can't do nothing without doing what they want you to do. You have to go through their process. Matter of fact, let's get it. Going to the blue letter real quick. In Revelation 13:16. This is what it's all leading up to. They're not doing all this for nothing, man. Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And it's like right now, you can't buy or sell without, this man's paper money. He's in control of it. He prints the dollars. He prints the, the $5 bill, $10 bill, $20 bill, $50 bill, $100 bill. He prints out his money and say, hey, this is legal tender, and this is what you can buy and sell with. So he can easily just say, you know what, we're not going to do that anymore. We're done with that system. It's a burden. It's going to, like I said again, with the Mexican, the so-called Mexican president, that chick, they're giving you this song and dance about how they're trying to, it's going to pretty much conquer the cartels. It's going to keep all the money laundering down. It's going to, do all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to try and make it seem as if it's just going to be better for the society when they come through with this new system. And then it's just going to be to a point, because they know a lot of people believe in the scriptures or that part, because a lot of these people know that's the mark of the beast. I see comments on those types of stories all the time. You got regular people that don't know the scriptures, but they do know that Revelation 13:16 is talking about a mark or a computer chip that these people want to put into the people. They do know that. But the thing of it is it's going to be some resistance. But it's going to be up to a point where, hey, what up though? They, your ass going to need to eat, or you're going to need drink. You're going to need water. You're going to need food. And they're going to have it. And the only way that you're going to be able to get it is through them and their system, their way of buying it. You look at all the supermarkets that you go into, like, you know, we got a lot of still locals. We got a few locals here. You know, you can't ride through the hood and hit a a little Ishmael-like supermarket. But overall, you know what I'm saying? The big spots is your big box stores. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you go down a few miles, you know, you got Walmart in every damn direction, you know. So once you walk into Walmart, of course, you know, they got them slide doors. They can easily set it up where you don't even, matter of fact, they got cameras in the parking lot that can spot your ass before you even pull in. They can already go ahead and give out an alert that you're not wanted there. You're not in the system. They can see you through your fucking windshield. They can pull up. Why you think they got all these license plate readers and stuff like that? They can see your license plate when you pulling off the freeway. You know? So they can say, this person, nope, we got an intruder. And then, you know, of course, once you get into the stores, you looking at the, the self-checkout. That self-checkout shit is crazy as hell now. They done redesign that shit. You looking at your face on the camera. That motherfucker got a whole picture. They know exactly who you are. They already got you logged into the data machine. That's no thing. You might as well forget about it. Anywhere you've ever been in public and there was a camera, they got a photo of you, man. They know exactly who you are. Especially if you're in the system and you've ever used a debit card anywhere or credit card anywhere, or just, you've gotten a ticket, you've been pulled over by the police, you may not even gotten a ticket. Just them seeing your license plate. But like I said, with the license plate readers, you got this guy from Oracle, they're using this system to basically say, okay, we're going to get rid of all crime. We're going to know who's doing what, when they're doing it immediately, because we're going to be watching everybody. And they already putting it out there. They're telling you what they're doing. It's not like it's, it's something that's a secret, man. But these people are diabolical, man. They're not going to stop there. They're going to want to take it to the next level. That's just Esau, because the scripture says he can never have enough. Now let's go to chapter 14 here real quick, because this is the results of if you falling for this bullshit. It's punishment that comes with that, man. You got these camps out here, man. They're not teaching the people or warning the flock, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You got regular Edomites, fucking heathen for real, that know that this is the mark of the beast. But you got men that pick up the Bible every single day, man, and going to debates and teaching and doing all this other shit, and they don't know that this is the actual mark of the beast, man. A computer chip being put in your ass. Revelation 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which means you're going to catch the missiles, man. You Jake here in the Americas, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that would trust this man enough for him to put some shit under your skin, and he becomes your God. He becomes your master. You're through. There's no coming back from that if you allow this man to do that. And still, you have to be calling on the name of Yahweh and the name of his son Yahweh to even get through it. And pray that you're a part of the hopeful elect, where the Lord will be at mercy upon you, man. You out here calling on Jesus, you're going to take it anyway. Even if you resist and don't take it, you calling on sweet white baby Jesus, your ass through anyway. You calling on that damn idol, man. Let's go to chapter 16. Verse 2. It says, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So it's enough this man is flying over the skies all goddamn day, spraying whatever the hell he's spraying. You can barely breathe, You got these people that went out here and trusted this man, rolled up their sleeves and took that jump shot for that COV-19. They out here fucked up right now. Now, you let this man put an electronic device underneath your skin. What the fuck you think is going to happen to you? It says these noisome and grievous sores. I went into that word noisome, and it goes off into basically like a smelly sore, like a, like rottage. like gangrene. Shit is gonna get to activating in your ass because you're the Lord created you as a human, man. He didn't create you to allow the so-called white man to play with you with his science, man. Scripture can't stress it enough. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself, oh yeah, we need this for the sake of society. It's gonna be better. This man done completely destroyed this place, man. This place is destroyed. It's really in decay, man. There's nothing he can do to make it better. And he's not going to care neither, because if you're not taking this shit, he's going to come down with really great wrath, man, and be putting people to death. You're going to have to really, let me see, let's get, you're going to have to really, pray to Yahweh about H.I.M. I pray all the time, man, because you just never know what you're going to do until you're in a situation for real. Let me see. Now let me go to chapter 2, Revelation 2 and 9. Salakia. Verse 10, Salakia. Revelation 2 and 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. This is the mindset and attitude that we have to have in these last days, man. I'm praying to Yahweh about H.I.M. that we can, have that spirit of endurance, because he said those that endure to the end shall be saved. You got Christians talking about they saved already. So they're going to go take the chip if they hungry. You're not saved already. That's not the way that rolls, man. You have to, this is going to be the great test. You're going to have to pass this great test. And so we're going to have that attitude of suffering, man. You got people, man, these people can't, they're not going to want to suffer. They're just going to be like, well, what do I sign up? Shit, fuck it. I can't take it no more. Because it's going to be like a siege. And when you go into that siege, it's like somebody, during a siege, doing war. Basically the military would set up a post all the way around your village, basically. No one can come in, no one can go out. Eventually, you run through your resources. So you got people that's stocked up right now. They got a lot of ramen noodles, a bunch of damn pork and beans and shit. They got a bunch of waters. But once you run through all that, what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to eventually say, hey, you know what? Shit, this is it. Last meal. We're just going to die here. Or you're going to be like, fuck it, man. We might as well go ahead and give in. And again, you don't know what hunger brings out the crazies in people, man. Shit, hunger, you don't know what you would do. So just wanted to touch on this, man. A little pre-camp lesson. We see these little articles like this. The scriptures talks about being not ignorant in any matter, whether great or small. So Mastercard and Visa, they play big hands, man, when it comes to again, when you tap and paying, that chip, that's they shit. I use this shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? I go to certain places, I pull the card out and just tap that bitch real quick. You know what I'm saying? That shit deduct, whatever. But Esau, again, he can come at you any kind of way. He can just be like, well, hey, we're phasing that out. This is our new wave of technology. And if you're not with it, then your ass is starved. And it is what it is. They're not playing no games no more, man, because they know that they have but a short time. Esau, he's at his wits' end right now, man. It's not looking good for him at all. So I'm gonna end out there. Pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah and a Baba Bar.